Hey, Becky, speaking about the record, I think you also had postseason record for assists fall to Chelsea today, but I know you might need a specific person on your staff for that, but you talk about getting to witness kind of their greatness and everything, but are there any moments where you get to kind of reflect on those things while they're happening, or how do you kind of take those moments as their coach being able to watch?
I'm definitely not reflecting while they're happening. I just, on nights that our guards kind of struggle from the floor, we have a pretty good option inside. So she was spectacular tonight, Asia was, on both ends of the ball. And, it's a good, for us to play at that kind of pace, that's a really fast team that likes to get up and down. And so your legs, you're exerting so much energy, and we really extended up like our pickup points on them so that, we were picking them up at half court. That's 12 more feet every time down the court that you're up and working. And sometimes it comes out into your shooting because you're exerting so much effort on the defensive end. So I'm not surprised that we've struggled a little bit. To me, the more important thing is the quality of looks that we're getting. So I want to continue to pound home the point that, with ball movement and people movement, we have good finishers at the rim. So getting downhill and then just making reads. I thought like the threes that we missed, Jackie Plum missed a couple, but they were open. They were good looks. We'll let those fly all day, and we'll live with that.
And then I know AC's defense has been extremely important to you guys all season, but she's hit double figures in both of the playoff games so far. Is there anything that's changed, or how is she kind of getting those looks to kind of give you guys even more on offense?
I think, she gives us such a different look than Kia in her ability to space the floor, but she's really just finding her spots, and her teammates are finding her. As good as she can shoot, people are still willing to live with that. So she's got the green light to step up and knock it down. I think an underrated part of her game, though, is her in the post. I mean, she's got fantastic footwork. I think when she was a senior in college, she led the nation in scoring as an undersized 5. So she is a true inside-out player, but defensively, she offers us so much versatility. Just a really, really good player. Really solid. You know what you're going to get every night.
The Sky cut it to 9, midway through the fourth quarter. What did you see break down from your team there?
Our sense of urgency. When the other team is hitting the gas pedal, it's not time for you to hit cruise control. And I thought we hit cruise control a little bit, got a little bit, content. And that can never be the case. This is professional sports, and a lead can be erased in about 4 or 5 possessions. That's all it takes. Bing, bing, bing. A couple quick shots, they get out, get some easy ones, and pretty soon, that lead is cut in half. We have a lot of respect for Chicago. I think Emery's done a fantastic job under really difficult circumstances. Not only does he pick up during, the middle of the season, but Harrison out, Gardner out. I mean, he's just done a fantastic job there, and getting his team into a position to even be in the playoffs. I'm a Mabry fan and a Copper fan too. So, and I think Williams has had a career season in a new role, because she's really a microwave scorer, and for her to kind of accept that role of point guard and be such a willing passer, I think took them to another level. And that's a lot of, sacrifice on her part personally for the team. So he had to sell that message. Coach Wade had to sell that message to her. This is what we need you to do. And she went out and did it. I mean, that's a large part of coaching, is getting buy-in factor from your players. And I thought they did that well. So, like I said, I think he did a great job.
Becky, going back to their guards, you had said going into the start of the series that it was important to shut them down. I think in both games they combined for less than 40%. Obviously, Copper had 25, but just the work that your group did as far as containing them and holding them to 70 and less in both of these games. How pleased were you with the defensive effort?
I was really pleased, especially how we guarded them the first 3 games that we played them. I mean, their guards absolutely took it to us. They were shooting over their big 3, shooting over like 50%. Over 45% from 3. It was just wasn't where we wanted to be. And I think once our players kind of saw the success and how to guard them and the amount of energy and effort it takes and lock-in factor to guard them, because, a lot of times they're constant movement, and that's exhausting to guard. And I thought they did a really nice job. And not only that, the bigs, it's not just the guards. The bigs had to be up, be present on every play, and then I'm also asking them to shut down the paint. So we put a lot of pressure on our bigs, but as you can see, they can handle the job. And the fact that Asia, Kia, and Alicia Clark can guard 1 through 5 is a huge luxury defensively on different things that you can do.
Coach, after game one, you mentioned that it still wasn't one of those signature offensive performances for you guys. It doesn't sound like you feel like it was tonight either. Do you feel like this team needs one of those performances along this journey towards possibly a repeat championship? Or do you feel like if the defense is stout enough, you guys can possibly win it all again without having that signature performance?
There's not going to be very many nights when my 3 guards go 11 for 38. It's not going to be very many nights like that. They had one tonight. Luckily, our defense was where it needed to be, and Asia Wilson was on another planet, and we'll roll with it. My thing is always the quality of looks that we're getting. I thought there was a stretch there where we started really settling for long, tough twos, and we feel like if we get ball movement and player movement, and that's going to be a total evolvement because, we don't want people begging for the ball. And I didn't think we did a lot of cutting today. We did late, actually, our second unit. KB got backdoor a couple times, but I thought we could have done that a little bit more, moved bodies a little bit more. But when we get it going side to side, we get downhill, then, we take 3 or 4 tough twos in a row, and then I get on them. I'm like, go get layups. The next 3 are layups. It's like, why not layups? I don't know. But they're sometimes it's figuring it out on the fly. And like I said, their greatest strength is sometimes their offensive ability to just go get one. But sometimes you don't want to settle with that because you might win that little that battle, but you're not going to eventually win the war with those shots. We need the bulk of our shots being great looks, quality looks, and not the tough ones.
Let's close it out with one from the Zooms. Michael Vogel.
Yeah, Coach, just wanted to ask in terms of you got the week, not really off, obviously you're going to be working, but not having games, how important that is. And then if you could just comment on Alicia having the game she does today and kind of what she's meant to this team coming off the bench.
Well, I'm going to give the girls a couple days off. We'll be in working, prepping for the next round, but it's an interesting schedule, and it's honestly like hard to manage. I would much rather, be playing in 3 or 4 days. But I know the rest will do us well. I get concerned about, a little bit of rust maybe coming into that first quarter of that next round. So we'll manage it as best we can, keeping them in shape, keeping them, this was a good game in the sense of the pace of it, and having to make shots when you're tired and you're sprinting and you're trying really hard on defense. It takes some of your legs. So we'll give them a couple days off, then we'll get them all prepped and ready, and we'll start repping whoever we face in that next round. But I'll also talk to my bosses, who are Kelsey, Chelsea, Asia, and Jackie.
Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
Well, about AC, you wanted to know about AC, right, Mike?
Yeah, just...
Well, first of all, when we started talking in the off season, first of all, she's somebody who I've never heard a bad thing about her as a person, and I'm very particular on the character piece that you bring into your locker room. So check that off the list. She's a phenomenal person, phenomenal teammate. And then, I just said with her, you guys know I like to play small a lot, and she just fit the bill with her defensive skill set, her ability to shoot the 3, the ability if they do switch. A lot of teams 1 through 4 red or switch in this league, and you can put her right down on the post and make defenses pay in different ways. And But her leadership defensively, she's always talking. She's talking when she's on the bench. She's talking when she's out on the floor. And I appreciate that, because I think that's an area that sometimes we had struggled in, was just that as ridiculous as that sounds, just talking and communicating. Some of the best defenses, they're never quiet. They're just never quiet. Great defenses are talking all the time, and she's just somebody that's talking all the time, and obviously always well prepared. She's one of the best pros I've ever been around. So yeah, we love her. We love her.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll let you go.